Hey everyone, thank you for being here. Okay, so let's get into the energy of the day and then we'll do a card reading. And I use cards as a jumping off point to listen to the voice of spirit. They are instruments and tools to be used. So please do not ever think that an object has any innate power over anyone. It is the symbolism of the card or the object or whatever, talisman. Okay, so that's just my little blah, blah, blah for the morning. Okay. So the energy and the vibe, you are enough. Everything you need is within you. Whatever you need, you have within you already. You have the innate tools. Maybe that's why I was going on and on about tools. But you have the tools that you need within you to make decisions, even hard decisions, to walk forward on a path. I'm hearing one of the Psalms. That's unusual. It's 23, I think. And I'm not a real churchy person, but yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Okay. And it goes on about not fearing evil and, So, point is, if you are afraid of making a decision or if there is a difficult time looming ahead for you personally, you have the tools within you to handle it, but don't be afraid and make sure you call on your spirit teams. Make sure you call on your spirit guides, guardians, the all that is, creator of all things, beings of divine light. Call in your teams, call in your protection teams. Ask for clarity and guidance in all ways and at all times. I always like to tell spirit that I don't like subtlety. So I need the information to be like a brick through a window. I need to be absolutely clear about it. Now, I don't want any bricks through my windows, okay? Not literally, but metaphorically, it helps me to better understand what I'm supposed to do. So thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit, for coming through with that message. It's okay to tell Spirit what you need. I need clarity. I need to know what to do, and I don't need any subtlety. Okay? Help me to know definitively what to do. Make it clear. Make it clear as a bell ringing. Okay? And that will help you in the process. Okay? That's just my little PSA and advice. It is only a suggestion. You're an adult. Do what you want to do. The mug I pulled, let your light shine. And the reason you let your light shine is because you are enough. And everything you need is within you already because you carry the spark of the divine. You carry the spark of wisdom, of light, of truth. You just have to, you don't have to do anything. Like I said, it's general reading. But the only thing that is, I think, required of us to tap into that is faith and belief. Belief in ourselves and belief that there is a higher power. In whatever form that takes for you. It doesn't matter what religion you are. When I had my near-death experience, no one asked me when I crossed over, oh, so what do you believe? What religion are you? No, not even an issue. Not even an issue. The only thing was just I had to reflect and say, how did I treat people? Did I intentionally try to cause harm? Was I selfish? Or did I try to always do the right thing, even when it was a hard thing to do? So, where does your heart lie with things? That is the question to always ask. All right, so let's get into it. So, this is it's pretty straightforward. It's called the Fortune Teller Oracle Cards. There you go. And it's printed right on the back, so you can't forget it. All right, so let's give this a shuffle. And then we will see what the message is to start this reading for the collective. Mother and Father God, all that is right and holy come into this space. I don't know why I say that. It just kind of feels right to say. I guess it's better than the alternative, right? Come into this space. Help me to understand. Give me the words. Help me to understand what I am to say to the collective. What is the message you have for those who may be in need of a message. Okay, thank you. All right. Let me sit back so you don't hear me shuffling. Just got the microphone up kind of close. All right. A little cluster came out, and this one. All right. Oh, and this one flipped upside down. All right, so here we go. You got quite a few, actually. So these are a little different in that they have the messages written right on them. And sometimes the images repeat, so you can't really go by the images, and they're not a set like a tarot, you know, individual message based on the image presented. Okay, so this one says, your dreams hold the key to your future. Pay attention. Pay attention. Okay. And by dreams, it could be the dreams you have at night, but I have a feeling it's your dreams and aspirations. What is it that is calling to you? Okay. All right, and this one. A veil of mystery surrounds you. Embrace the enchantment. This has a deeper meaning. Spirit, help me out. You were able to tap into, if you want to see it like a mist of knowing, there was a medieval text called The Cloud of Knowing. But anyway, this is almost like an ethereal, sparkly mist that is the fabric of all time that you can reach into and pull what you want from it. Very, it has a very kind of fantasy realm feeling about it. Kind of like these cards. All right, let's see what the next one says. Your spirit guides are near. Seek their guidance. Well, that goes without saying. Okay, what did I just say? Call on them. Call on whatever beings you put your faith in and believe in to help you to stay strong and to know what to do in your life. Your intuition is your greatest strength. Trust it. That's the nudge. If you get like a feeling of a tap on the shoulder, or you're being nudged to do something, wasn't that the reading yesterday? If you are experiencing a need to look into something, look up something, explore something, do it. There's something you need to know in it. And the last one, a forgotten spell will bring you unexpected blessings. You could substitute prayer, affirmation, you know, it's all language, okay? Language and intuition and, language, intuition, and intention. So it's language and intention working together. That's all, when it talks about a spell, that's all it is. That's all a spell ever is. It's intuition, but it's intention and intention, thought, words, however, you know, and that's all a prayer is. You are asking for something. Now, whether you get it or not, it's going to depend on whether it's in your best interest. With spell work, I think you're trying to override the will of the divine. You're trying to say, but this is what I want. So just make sure you're not infringing on anybody else's free will. Okay? All right, so let's look at Ideals Tarot. Now, let's get a good shuffle here. And then we'll get into what I like to call the meat and potatoes of the reading. I would like a very specific reading for today, please, because they've been very philosophical lately, and I really think we need to get down into some kind of nitty-gritty. All right, one more time. All right, and I need a drink. Cheers. All right. I'm worn out. I'm just putting it out there. Okay. All right. What is the message for the collective, please? Mother, Father, God, what is the message for the collective? Spirit guides and guardians, archangels, ascended masters, sacred selves. What is the message for the collective, please? What is it that you want the collective to know? I know this is a general reading. I know it can't be too specific, but as specific as possible would be helpful. They want me to do it differently. Open up the middle of the deck. Look down. The Magician. We were just talking an awful lot about intention, language, manifestation, and are you asking for something for the highest good for all or out of a personal need that does not necessarily take into account free will? All right. All right, so the Magician is the base of this reading, basically. The infinity sign overhead. Just remember, whatever actions you take now have repercussions in the afterlife. We are nothing but a combination and a collection of all of our decisions. This Magician has a ton of roses at his feet. Roses have been coming up a lot. Okay, another card. And the Death card. Now, this doesn't have to be literal. It might be. It doesn't have to be. It could be. I feel like it's the ending of a situation. Okay, and here's another one. The Three of Pentacles. Coming together and working hard. A new foundation is being poured. That's what I just heard. So, a new foundation is being poured. What does that mean? A foundation for a home, for a relationship, for a work life, for a job? What is it? Okay, that's going to depend on the individual. Well, that's the nature of a general reading. With the Magician, be careful what you ask for. You may get it. With the Death card, there is an ending coming about. Is it in something about this ending? Because I'm starting to feel breathless. So I feel like it's an ending that could lead to a greater awakening. And I don't mean by crossing over to the other side. I mean, this feels like, all right, the Magician, I'm just going to tell you what I'm hearing, okay? When you release what doesn't serve you or anyone else, not really. When you release fear, and I'm putting particular emphasis on that word. When you release fear, fear of the unknown, fear of loss, fear of just in general fear, that is when the real change happens. In this instance, this Death card is simply change. Because look behind. Look behind this image of death. This image of change that can be frightening. The sun is coming up. The sun is not setting. Normally you would say, oh, an ending conclusion, sun setting, so it can rise again. The sun is already on the rise. I don't feel like it's setting. Because here we have the Three of Pentacles, a new foundation being poured. That is what I'm hearing again. What does that mean, Spirit? You are coming into your own and you are finding a community, a new community that will have your back in all ways and at all times. There is a great need and desire for community or attachment of some kind, and there is a new foundation being poured. I feel like there is also a move happening. Yeah, there's some kind of move happening, like to a different location, different residence, different home, something. And I see a sun coming up over the top of it. I'm not getting a sense of, it's almost like this, even looking through a window and seeing the sun rising. You're seeing the sun rising. So there is a new beginning about to start. There is a new beginning to be had. Releasing fear, letting go of the pain and the suffering and the fear, That must happen in order to watch this glorious sunrise happen, in order to have this new foundation. Give me more information, please. Give me more information, please. Yes, one more from this deck, please. And that's what we got. Okay, let me cover them up. Lovers. So it could be that there is a new foundation. There's a connectedness and a joining of energy. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Now, let me ask, is that in interpersonal relationships, or is that in just a decision being made? Well, again, with a general reading, it's so hard to be specific. I feel like for a group of you, it will be. For a group of you that is in the process of making a decision, what I'm hearing is look for the signs. Look at the signs. You will be pointed in the right direction. The signs are going to become very clear to you. Okay, and where am I getting a sign? There's something about that snake. And I know that's not a regular meaning or whatever. And snakes very often have been, in my recollection, spirit carriers. So someone is coming in with a divine message. Divinity is going to step in and make a decision for you if you don't. That is not to frighten or scare you, because the goal is to release fear. But the Spirit is going to make it so abundantly clear. I asked to be clear as a bell. Someone's going to get that bell. So whatever the decision is, you have the choice now to make it, or Spirit will make it for you by ringing that bell and saying, are you listening now? Okay, all right. For some of you, it very well could be coming into a new union, but it's a very fiery, passionate one. The question is this only for passion's sake, or is there something underneath it? Is there something more to it? All right, I'm hearing Light Seers, so let's pull from the Light Seers Tarot, okay? All right, and it clinks because it comes in a cool little tin. All right. What else can you tell me about this, Spirit? Can you give me some time frame? Okay, this week is going to be a pivotal week. We are, let's see, I'm making this on Monday. Today is, I think, July 7th. Whenever you see this is when you see it. Some of you will see it in August, and the meaning will still apply, because this is going to, depending on which camp you're in, whether it's the one where you make the decision or Spirit makes the decision for you, it's going to be June or July, or not June or July, June's already gone, July or August. So it's going to be one of the 2 months. But this week particularly is going to be one of flux and change, and most of July is going to be that way, I think. But for some of you, the decisions you make now will make your August a little easier. All right. All right, that went flying. Okay, we got a whole lot coming out now. All right. No mistaking, these are jumpers. All right, and I had one flip over in the deck. All right, let me see if I can find the one that flipped over. Oh, well, I thought one flipped over. Maybe it didn't. Okay, well, I don't see it. All right, let me get this one. So I'm going to grab it with my foot. I kind of got those long toes, like finger toes. I call them finger toes. They're really not. They're little short toes, but compared to the rest of my foot, I call them finger toes. All right, let's see. Okay, let me get them in the right order. All right, here we go. All right. All right. Wow. All right. Oh, 2 up here. I knew I was missing something. All right. Where do you go? You were right here. Okay. Yeah. All right. This is right. Okay. So here's what we've got. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Of course. The number 7 again. All right. First we have the Hermit. And then the 7 of Cups. 5 of Cups. 6 of Cups. Queen of Cups. Knight of Cups. And then finally the King of Swords. All right. Yay for the King of Swords here. That's a whole lot of cups. You begin and end with the Hermit and the King of Swords. And in the middle, it's all cups. All right, so I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this might have something to do with a relationship, interpersonal relationship. All right, Spirit, I need you to address this for me, please. Take over. The beginning and the ending, that's what matters. Everything else is a distraction, is what I'm hearing. When you go into hermit mode, you have the wisdom. You are the light bringer. You understand everything that needs to happen, but it feels overwhelming and daunting. You're carrying too much fear, but you know change is coming and you don't know what to do. You don't know how to approach it and you don't know what decision to make yet. So you go within and you connect with Spirit. 7 of Cups, this decision will have everything to do with your lifestyle and your heart. There is a fear of abandonment. But you can't go back to the past because the past is over. The past is the past. Look at this Queen of Cups. This is the collective. If this is your reading, this is who you are. You simply want to be in the light. What you don't understand is that you are the light. You carry the light within you. You have so much knowledge and so much wisdom. But this has been coming up a lot lately, this Knight of Cups, and this is my least favorite one. This Knight of Cups is immature and selfish. Puts on a big display, doesn't back it up. This is what's watching. Now, I don't feel like this is the yin and yang of the Queen of Cups. I feel like this is the future. But it's very confusing right now. Okay, if this is your reading, and it is a general reading, so please be aware of that. When you go within, when you heal, when you release fear, when you release pain and suffering, when you embrace the notion of change, and sometimes when you have to make decisions, they are incredibly hard decisions to make. There is always this worry of abandonment and fear of loss. But the past is a memory, and only a memory. This is the reality of where you are. You are the Queen of Cups. You come in a cascading waterfall of light. The question is, what do you do with it? Now, this could represent your inner world, your inner life. This could represent, are you going to just fritter it away until you are completely depleted? Or are you going to stand firm, stand strong, and say, I'm looking toward the future and I'm getting in my ship and I'm sailing it. It's not a little boat that you're running away in the night. You are the commander of a ship. Okay? Now I know he's on a cliff, but in my head, it's a boat and I don't know why. I see sails, I see a ship. This reminds me of a captain of a ship. And that crow, again, it looks like it's on the mast. In my mind, that's what I'm seeing, so that's what I'm going with. And when you do readings, it doesn't matter visually what you're seeing or the meaning of the card always. They are tools, so remember that. It's about it's listening to the voice of spirit. So whatever is going on, and that prancing pony in the background. No. Oh, have you ever heard the phrase, the dog and pony show? Yeah. Being led astray. If this truly is a counterpart to your energy, or if this is the yin and the yang of your energy, either way you want to look at it, because this is a general reading, I do feel like that this is a show of strength and courage. Okay? And I'm asking Spirit, will it be clear what decision the person in the collective needs to make? Okay, and I'm looking at the Neoteric Feminine. So will it be clear what message the person in the collective that oh shoot, okay. I tried to shuffle and I just dropped all of them. I'm not very good at shuffling. I would never be able to play cards professionally or work in a casino. But casinos have such heavy, dense energy. I don't like them at all. And if you do, more power to you. But they are, there's a lot of bad energy in those things. It's not something I care for at all. So I guess it's okay that I'm not good at shuffling cards. And I really don't know how to play cards either, like game card, the games that you play with cards. I'm like, okay, whatever. All right, so when or what is the outcome? What is the outcome of this decision? Because I feel like someone is making a decision, whether it's you or I feel like it's you. Someone in the collective is making a decision. What is advice, and what does the collective need to know about it? For whomever this reading is for, what advice do you have? What advice do you have? Everything you need is within you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what decision you make. It is the right decision for you at this time. Okay. I'm running out of space here. All right, so all the cards that jumped out. Here we go. Let me put them in the order they came out, because I've got them in the order they came out. All right. All right. This is kind of like the reading yesterday. It's almost, it's a lot of overlapping cards and they're repeating. Put the glasses back on. All right. Ultimately, it doesn't matter what decision you make about anything. It doesn't matter how big or how small or how significant it might feel like at the moment. And some of them are truly massive decisions. Everything you need is within you. Let your light shine. Do not think from a place of fear. Do not make decisions from a place of fear. Make decisions from a place of knowing. I keep seeing that Hermit card holding up that light. Ask for the truth to be illuminated. Ask for the truth. Ask your spirit team, ask your spirit guides and guardians, illuminate the truth for me so I know what is really happening here. Whatever decision you make, if you feel so compelled that you can't do anything other than what you are about to do, then that is the right decision to make. And I've been there. I've done that before. So I get it. And I know that feeling. It's sort of like no matter what you do, you know you can't continue the way you're continuing. And change is scary. It can be scary. It can be wonderful, but it can also be very scary. Let your light shine. Everything comes out in the light. I hope this makes sense. I hope this makes sense to someone. I say that all the time because, you know, as the reader, it doesn't have to make sense to us. It doesn't have to. So as long as it makes sense to someone else, that's what matters. All right, let me go ahead and kind of get these arranged a little bit. All right, we have the Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, the Fool, Ace of Wands. So far we have two aces. The Moon. Someone's lying to you about something. Queen of Wands. I love this card. And in this instance, we have the Devil. Now remember, yesterday in the spread, the Devil only meant a fiery passion and drive. It did not mean being tethered or addiction or anything like that. Although, you know, it always could. But all right. When you make changes of the heart, the prosperity follows because it opens you up. There's something blocking you right now, and you don't even know it. You have a blockage somewhere in your physical system, emotional, energetic system, the etheric bodies. There's a blockage. When that is released based on a decision you make, then everything falls into place and you come into your place of understanding and prosperity. Nine of Swords, this is right before the big ending. And, nine. Okay, and a friend pointed out this morning, we always communicate in the mornings back and forth, and pointed out that this is a 9 year. And I've been talking about change, 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 and sometimes too much change all at once, and it's like, well, this is a 9, and she said, this is a 9 year, and so I'm like, oh my gosh, you're right. I didn't even think about that. So thank you for that piece of information. Yeah. You have to remove the block and you have to be willing to change. And again, roses in the background. You have to be willing to put down the fear in order to remove the blockages, in order to unlock your physical health, wellness, prosperity, all of those things. It feels like a defeating cycle, like a hamster on a wheel, and this breaks it wide open and loose, as does this, the Fool card. Starting a new adventure, taking a risk, taking a leap of faith. Ask for clarity, and sometimes you just have to take the first step. Ace of Wands. There is going to be fire coming in. There is going to be passion coming in. You are not going to go through the rest of your life alone. Now, that could be a one-on-one committed relationship. That could be a romantic partner. Maybe you just want romance only. I don't know. But think about it. Think about what you're doing. It could be starting a new friendship. It could be a community. It could be stepping into a community of like-minded people. The Moon card. When I saw this immediately, I thought someone is lying to you. Someone is withholding a truth. You are the Queen of Wands, though. And whatever demon this person is trying to hide, you're about to discover it fully. This is a very psychic queen. And that's just what I'm getting right now. I don't know if that's true for traditional tarot or not, but she is very psychic. She is very intuitive, and her intentions are in the right place. Her motivations are in the right place for the best and the highest for all. She will knock down all walls of untruth, and she will not surrender. So if there is someone new coming in, they better have good intentions. Okay. Bottom line of it, what I'm getting with that Queen of Wands card, there's still going to be some shady stuff happening around you, perhaps. However, you're going to see through it, and it will be laughable. So whatever anyone is lying to you about or trying to, I'm hearing thwart the course of justice. It's a weird way to put it, but okay. Someone is just a whole, no, I was going to say a tad, but a whole lot on the shady side. Lies a lot. Wouldn't know the truth if it were a snake and bit him. Or her, doesn't matter. But I feel like it is a male energy. There is a truth teller. There is a soothsayer among you. Interesting. And all truth comes out in the light. This is intense. You know what? We need to lighten it up. So to round this out, and it's a long reading, Angels and Auras. Let's lighten this up with an Angels and Auras card. What do we need to know? What does the collective need to know? Okay. What does the collective need to know? Is there anyone who wants to work with the collective? One more time. Okay. Take the one off the top. Focus on your health. You focus on you. You focus on your wellness. Communication will follow. This one. Spirit relationships. Yeah. Truth is coming to light. And Uriel and the color gold. So Archangel Uriel. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right. And this one, it said, yeah, okay. And spiritual adventure. So, call on Archangel Uriel. That is a very wise archangel. That is the archangel of wisdom and knowledge. You are going to find a spirit-based relationship that is, I'm hearing, how funny. And I have a mug with this written on it, and I'm seeing the mug in my head right now, and it says, it's written in the stars. Okay. Good for you. Good for you. All right. Communication. People are going to start gossiping a little bit. Don't worry about it. And focus on your health. Focus on you. Okay. And Shamuel, light green. Okay, we're in the middle of the deck. All right, so Archangel Shamuel Shamuel, and Uriel. A lot of people might say Uriel, but it's Uriel. I see it as Uriel. All right, I'm sending you love and gratitude. Thank you. And always ask Spirit for help and direction. Trust the information that comes through you as a channel from Spirit, and that sparks and lights up your soul. Your soul is it is your greatest asset. Your soul is who you are, truly. Your soul is your connection to your whole self and your sacred self, your higher self, and to all that is right and holy. Come into a place of union with that part of yourself, and you will know the answers you need. I'm sending you love and gratitude. Thank you, and we'll talk later.